Welcome to Rock Solid Productions, where in this video we are on the road to the Portland Retro Gaming Expo. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, Gary here with Rock Solid Productions. If this is your first time to the channel, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. That way each and every time we do upload, go live, basically post anything here on the channel, you're kept the most up to date. So I am inside the Midway Airport in Chicago, Illinois, about 2 hours north of where I live in Champaign, and we are getting ready to depart for the Portland Retro Gaming Expo. We'll be hanging out with Riff from the Pixel Game Squad. Gabbo the Giver will be there too. Hoping to run into John Riggs, Castlemania Ryan, and a cast of thousands. So let's check some things out as we're here waiting for our departure, which we've already had a little bit of good news here. My original flight, I was supposed to leave and have a layover in San Jose and then go from San Jose to Portland. Well, that flight was oversold, so I have gotten a free travel voucher for my flight cost back and then some. So basically this flight is free and I get to fly again somewhere else. Oh, and my new flight, it's a direct one. Yeah, oh, and it gets in 2 hours earlier. This is going to be a good weekend. Let's get started. With my Switch in hand, I was ready to depart Chicago and head towards Portland. Let's get going, gang. Alrighty, gang. It's the next morning. It's the Friday of Portland Retro Gaming Expo, and I'm heading to the airport right now to get Riff and Gabbo the Giver. And for me, I got in. I actually had a pretty good break of luck last night where I was able to get bumped to an earlier flight and got some travel vouchers and everything from the airline, which was cool. Whoa, blurry phone. But the thing is, my checked bag did not arrive. So I'm heading to the airport, like I say, right now to get Aaron and Gabbo, and hopefully my suitcase has arrived, because otherwise, yeah, I'll be sporting Brewers colors for 3 days here. And I love me some Brewers. So I just got a text from Riff saying that they were waiting to get off the plane, that they stuck them way in the back. And that's where Riff Raff's like he and Gabbo belong, is in the back, Jack. So, I see I'm not the only nerd who brings their camera with them.
What's up, dude?
Gabbo. We're going to get this out of the way because this is my good boy right there. Oh.
Hey, listen, that might have been better than a Gabbo kiss.
And Gabbo, my other boy. He needs a Retro Liberty sticker right there. But before, you guys need to set your bags down. See, here's the funny thing. Looking out for you guys coming down the escalator, all I was doing was looking for women in tight jeans.
I can prove I'm not a woman by pulling these up a little.
No, that's okay.
Don't go there, please.
So there's stuff here for Ricky, for Mikey, and for you guys too.
Man.
So,
thank you. Oh, Cuphead also? Oh, dude, this is Poe's X-Wing fighter. Poe, if you look closely, he's probably a better flyer than Han Solo. I just gotta say, don't correct.
Sacrilege.
It is sacrilege, but look at some of the moves and maneuvers, bro. And Cuphead decals, either on my car or on my laptop, not sure yet. Thank you. I'm hugging the camera. You don't get a hug.
Because Ricky sucks. He only gets.
Oh, Ricky, yeah, Ricky sucks though, but he will still love it. Trust me, Ricky.
For Gabbo the Giver.
Ooh, we got the resistance.
Another X-Wing.
Oh, this is beautiful, dude. I love these Series 2, the dark boxes.
Mine is better than yours. No, this is way better.
You kids can trade if you want to, but once you trade once,
Look at that.
and that's for your credentials for this weekend, I figure you'd have that. Mikey always gets left out. It's always you and Ricky.
Aw,
So this is for Mikey. You see this? That's yours. Don't let him bogart that.
What's Bogart? Oh yeah, I know what Bogart is. I know.
Dude, you're not that young.
Yeah. Oh, somebody wants to talk to the camera.
Okay.
I mean, I know you've heard the explanation, Ricky sucks, but
Yes, Ricky.
Ricky sucks.
Say hi to Ricky.
Hello, Ricky. You're so pretty.
Ricky, are you excited to be here in Portland? Here you go. This is from Gary of Rock Solid.
Oh man.
Come on. I always thought you were brown.
We went to the convention center for a short bit before going game hunting, and they had a lot of cool stuff set up in the free play area. We didn't have a whole lot of time because we were off to Retro Game Traders in Portland, and man, they had so much cool stuff here. They basically had every game ever, and if they didn't have it, they wanted to know so that they could get them in stock. I had one of these and I sold it for like next to nothing. It makes me so mad now. Well, not just the SP, the NES style.
Oh, nice.
Although the Famicom one here is pretty sweet too. Man, gotta love the Game Boy and Game Boy Color games. Lots of storage options. Riff, don't you need one of these? I've got one of those N64 storage cases myself. This is really cool, the translated carts. And like I say, if they don't have it, they want to know. They also had a huge collection of boxes too for a bunch of different systems. They even had top-loading NESs.
Good. I know, I collect those. It's so funny. I do have this one and a larger one. I even have the silver snakeskin one that I didn't even know was like a thing.
Must not buy Millennium Falcon, but I want it so bad. It's so pretty. So here's a philosophical question. If it was never produced, can it truly be a reproduction? They had a lot of rare games on hand too, including the Flintstones. They even had Little Samson. So we're here, it's day 2 of the Portland Retro Gaming Expo, and we had a blast the first day. The free play was awesome. There was so much cool stuff already to see, but now we're ready to go inside, check out the different vendors, and just see what exactly we can pick up, because there is so much cool gear here. Let's go inside and check it out. Heading into the hall, and I was a bit overwhelmed, but I saw something I really wanted to begin with. This NES storage case. If there's a gaming expo, you're going to have this man here.
In process and coming. Gary, how are you, my friend?
You plagiarized my shirt! Retrobit had their new line of Sega Genesis and Sega Saturn controllers on display. Make sure you check out our conversation with Richard from Retrobit to learn more, plus about something a little bit extra. You know this guy, spending some time with one of the fans here at the show. Super Bowsette, yeah, it's a thing. It was on display. I didn't buy one, but I kind of wanted one. It looked really, really well done. And it's what you would expect, a Super Mario Brothers hack with Bowsette. So again, I gotta go almost 2,000 miles from home to see a guy from home. Hi, Vic.
Oh, what up, man? How you doing?
How you doing, man?
Oh, doing phenomenal.
Stadium events and a gold NES Championship Edition cartridge. Man, Vic has got the hookup. I almost bought one of these little keychain tiny circuit arcade things. They have both one that looks like a Game Boy Advance and one that looks like an arcade machine. These things were awesome. Wait a second, 30 bucks for a Hori... wait, that's just for the GameCube. It's not the N64 one. There were also tons of different vendors that had Famicom and Super Famicom games, but Famicom disk systems, they were kind of hard to find. Wait a second, where's Ricky? Ricky, is this your Star Fox watch? I think I found it. I've never seen one in person, but here's a Panasonic Q, and actually was on sale for a really good price. This is the exact same model Sharp Famicom Twin I own back home. I've always wanted a TurboGrafx, but these were all too expensive for me to really plunk down my cash and pick up. Gotta love the Game & Watches, especially the Mickey Mouse one. As a Disney fan, man, I kind of want that one, but yeah, not gonna pay that price. That is what it looks like. I remember having that NWC painter's cap. It was ugly as sin, and I stupidly threw it out, but I still have my VIP sticker. Haha, and I earned it. There was so much cool stuff on display in the Nintendo Museum. Make sure you check out my conversation with the Immortal John Hancock to learn more about what they all had on display here. There is some cool stuff. I know Pat the NES Punk threatened to leave the Portland Retro Gaming Expo with this Rob display, It was still there when I left though. These Famicom mini cartridges are so cool. I've looked at buying them and collecting them back in the arcade. Man, everybody is just having a good time. Even the Eon Gaming guys with the cool, awesome Eon GCHD were on hand. They had buttons for people. I got a beanie from them, and I even had a chance to announce their Super Mario Kart finals. Wait a second, is this the droid I'm looking for? Here we are on the final day of the Portland Retro Gaming Expo, and man, we have had a blast so far. I can tell I spent way too much time with Riff and Gabbo because I'm already picking up their sayings. It's so scheme. But we are going to head inside and check out a lot of what's going on. We're going to hang out with Castlemania Ryan for a bit. Definitely talk with the guys from Retrobit because I'm going to show you something that if you are a fan of the N64, you need to have on your shopping list. Let's head inside. Cannot get enough. Wait a second. That's right. That's the HoriPad inspired N64 controller. And yes, the Nintendo PlayStation was on hand and I even got to play it. I can't believe it's a thing. It's a thing. And I got to play it. I got to touch it. Perfect for the person who procrastinates. Make sure you check out the toilet timers available from Adam at 1UP Cards. So we are walking around the Portland Retro Gaming Expo and we are getting close to the end. And to be honest, I've still only bought one game, the NES Pursuit from John Riggs. This is what I call happy hour. This is when deals are going to be had. Let's see if we can find something. When we were in the Missouri Game Con, I really wanted this poster. They didn't have it. They had it here. But it was 2 for $10. And that's the kind of deal I can't just pass up.
Wow.
Kiss.
My
kiss.
son.
Kiss him.
I love my son.
Kiss
My
him.
real dad.
Kiss him.
I don't kiss my dad, but I stroke the head.
You got soft skin?
Oh yeah, it feels really. It's like a good warm massage in my teeth. You're too kind, bro.
Dude, it was. Why would I let $3 go to waste?
I know, but you're too
Beautiful.
kind. You make me feel happy.
Beautiful.
You give me the warm fuzzies
Fuzzlies?
in all of my body areas.
Whoa.
Thank you. I love you.
Man, the homebrew community was definitely on hand here and in full force. There were so many homebrew games that were out there. There were also a lot of hard-to-find classics, too, like Wayne's World and Mega Man 6, Urban Champion. And yes, I even managed to get my hands on Biomiracle Budka Upa, one of the favorite characters from YY World 2. They had plenty of swag on hand. I took a poster and a t-shirt home. Really would have liked to take some more home, but alas, I waited too long and they ran out of my sizes. As the show came to an end, we headed back to the hotel where it was time, oh yeah, to throw down some Super Street Fighter. But I had to leave the boys. They had to go to California. I had to go back to Illinois, but at least I managed to get an exit row seat without anyone sitting next to me. Yeah, that was pretty decent. Throughout the flight, I reflected on the entire weekend. The friends that I had made, the friends that I had a chance to finally meet, and the conversations that we had. It was really something I will always remember. And thanks to Ginger for kind of kicking me in the keister and making sure that I went. I touched down in Chicago about 10:30 at night, and I still had about a 2.5 hour drive in front of me. Oh, it's going to be a long night. You know what time it is? It's time to go home. It's time to play with the cool gear we got at the Portland Retro Expo. Well, folks, it's the final few miles before I pull into my driveway and everything, and you'll actually come along with me for that ride, or at least that part of this ride as well. And I sit here in my car. I've had a couple hours to reflect. And the one thing I just have to say is thank you. Thank you for everyone who came and helped make my first Portland Retro Gaming Expo something I will never forget. The games are cool. The games are awesome. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I got some really cool stuff game-wise. But the thing that I'm leaving there most with is amazing memories of great people and something that I couldn't have bought. I couldn't have paid for it. games come and go, but the experience of hanging out with the Retrobit guys, hanging out with Ryan from Castlemania Games, hanging out with John Riggs. There's this guy, Riff something or other, or Gabbo, I don't know. The Pixel Game Squad guys. I can't thank everybody enough, not just for this weekend, but over the last year and a half, for you welcoming me into your homes, into your lives, to sharing my journey back into retro gaming with you. And it really sounds cheesy, but it means the world, and that was the best pickup this weekend for me. If you've got any comments or questions, as always, feel free to email me. Twitter at Rocksolid Studios, and Facebook at facebook.com/RockSolidProductions. And also don't forget you can support us over on Patreon at patreon.com/RockSolid for just $1 a month. And thanks to Riff with the Pixel Game Squad, I'm actually doing more uploads of exclusive content just for patrons. He taught me how to use Lens, which is great. I'm floored. I've got not just, like I say, some cool memories. I've also got some ideas. We have some cool things coming to the channel too. And for that, you will, of course, want to stay subscribed. That way you are kept the most up to date with each and everything that I have coming out here on the channel. It is time to pull into the driveway. I'm sure I've got 3 crazy dogs waiting to knock me over at almost 1 o'clock in the morning here. I am Gary. This has been Rock Solid Productions and our first ever Portland Retro Gaming Expo. Thank you all for being a part of my journey and my experience, and I very much hope to see you soon.